3 words, people. That Super Bowl game was a total joke. Okay, I know that was more than 3 words. But seriously, Super Bowl 48 of 2014, XLVIII, that was terrible. That was just absolutely terrible in all seriousness. I mean, it was the Broncos and the Seahawks. The Denver Broncos and the Seattle Seahawks. Now, I'm sure everybody thought the Broncos would win, right? Well, guess who wound up winning anyway? The dang Seahawks. But hey, I was actually proud of that. You know why? Because in the morning I was asked if I was going to vote for the Broncos or the Seahawks, and in all honesty, out of nowhere, I just chose the Seahawks for some reason. I don't know why. But by the end of the second quarter, I'm like, wow, I am glad I picked the Seahawks, because they were whooping the Broncos' butts really bad. It was pretty impressive, if you ask me. But yeah, and like, about halfway through or so, I'm like, wow, I need to start randomly picking my teams more often, and I'm not going to make that. I was like, wow, I need to like start picking my teams randomly more often. But yeah, like, the most action came out of the fourth quarter, I must say. I mean, the most action came out of the second quarter, but the fourth quarter always feels like an eternity for me. But for whatever reason, last night, it didn't. And by the way, I bet you guys all forgot that yesterday was Groundhog Day. Yeah, I did too. Up until about 1 o'clock p.m., I completely forgot about it. But the groundhog did see a shadow, so that means 6 more weeks of winter. Boo-hoo. But yeah, just go ahead and deal with it. But I'll tell you what was really interesting. Like, the Broncos, like, sometime in the fourth quarter, like, you could see the Broncos. They just look so depressed, including Peyton Manning and Peyton's brother Eli. That was kind of funny. Oops. But yeah, those Broncos did not do too well at all. I go to the bathroom. I come out. It's into the third quarter. No, I was not in the bathroom the whole game. Ugh. I go to the bathroom in the end of the third quarter. I come out. The quarter's over. And I'm like, whoa, the Broncos actually scored? How did that happen? And the game wound up being 43-8 total. And I'm like, wow. And I was so impressed that I just picked the Seahawks out of nowhere that morning, and that they won the game. I'm like, wow, I need to start randomly picking my teams way more often. But it was, I have to say though, the game was lame, as we all know. But I'll tell you what was even worse: the ads. Oh my gosh, those were the worst couple of Super Bowl ads I've ever seen. Budweiser and Coca-Cola especially. You guys let me down. You guys suck, okay? But, yeah. Everyone knows we really only watch the Super Bowl for their ads, because they're hilarious. But this year, there were only 10 or 11, or maybe even 12, maybe even 9 ads that I actually liked. And only one of them I actually found truly hilarious. It was just pathetic. Like I said, alright, so one of the good ones was, it was a two-parter that started the game off, and it was Bud Light. It had this guy that didn't even know he was in a Super Bowl ad, and he comes out and he plays ping pong with none other than Arnold Schwarzenegger at the end of the second part, and he meets these twin girls, and he goes to this party in the end. That was pretty cool. And the one with Ellen DeGeneres, that was pretty interesting as well. I don't remember what Ellen DeGeneres is advertising. I think it was something T-Mobile. But anyway, the two Budweiser ads. Budweiser always puts on a good show. Unfortunately, though, today their show was terrible yesterday, I must say. I mean, the ads were just absolutely horrific. I mean, in all honesty, yes, they were. I mean, the first Budweiser ad, I don't even remember what it was, but it was really stupid. The second Budweiser ad, that was just as worse. That was even worse. It was about this dog falling in love with a horse, and then, oh, what? That's bullcrap. And at the end, the dog came back, and he and he went back to the horse, and they fell in love, and whatever else you can think of, and happy ending there, blah blah blah. But honestly, oh, seriously, when I watch Super Bowl commercials, I don't look for the big happy ending ones. I look for the absolutely hilarious ones. And those two Budweiser ads did not fit the bill at all. I'm sorry, Budweiser. You always have great commercials, but you let me down this year. You were a huge letdown, Budweiser, and I'm ashamed of y'all. Seriously. But yeah, and Coca-Cola also had some pretty terrible, lackluster ads as well. What the crap? Why do I keep losing? This is BS. This is seriously some BS. I'm gonna cheat right now. Oops. So yeah, the ads were terrible. Coca-Cola, they had two ads. One was good, one was terrible. The first one was terrible. It was about the national anthem being sung in these different languages. I didn't like that one at all. I thought that was lame. Really, really lame. So yes, the commercials were just downright terrible. Completely. We all know that we watch the ads. We watch the Super Bowl for their hilarious ads. But I don't know what to say. Game, terrible. Commercials, even worse. I mean, I don't watch football, and I found that the game was completely bad. But the good ads, though, the second Coca-Cola one, whatever it was that was funny. The M&M's ad, that was just as good. I must say. The M&M's one was like, this guy the yellow M&M gets kidnapped by Germans or something like that. And after his abduction, they say they're gonna like tear him into little pieces or something. But it turns out they were gonna have him for ice cream. Cause he's like, well, I don't know what you're saying, but I'm all in. Now that was funny. But yeah, terrible game, terrible commercials. But what I'm glad is that they didn't repeat the Amy Poehler ads. I mean, I don't even know who Amy Poehler is. And last year during the Super Bowl, she was just a big letdown. I mean, last year there was these Best Buy ads featuring Amy Poehler. I'm like, who the crap is Amy Poehler? And she talks at like 20 miles a minute, and she doesn't give the dang Best Buy employee a chance to speak. I mean, that's just terrible. They were just terrible and not funny. And everyone at the party I was at was shunning me for it. And I'm like, really? You enjoyed those stupid things? And then I'm saying, well, what was good about last year was the GoDaddy ad with the nerd kissing the model. That was funny, but nobody else, none of my friends seemed to like that. I'm like, are you kidding? It wasn't like it was porn or anything. But somehow they just didn't appreciate that kind of humor, I guess, like I do. Because they didn't like the GoDaddy ad. But I'll tell you what was good, though, was the GoDaddy ad from this year with the big muscular guys at the tanning booth. That was funny. There was also some underwear commercial where at the end, this guy was like running around the city in his underwear. And in the end, though, he like... Oh, really? He like ripped. The underwear got like ripped or something. And he ran back to the studio and he didn't even know he was naked. So that was pretty funny. Oh, what? Damn it. So yeah, bottom line, those ads could have been a lot better, but they weren't. They were terrible. Coca-Cola, you started out kind of rough, but oh my god, what'll I stop doing that? This is just bullcrap. OMG! I swear if I die one more time. But yeah, it was pretty funny. At the end of the game, like all the Broncos were just like sitting there looking all depressed, especially Peyton Manning, and even Peyton Manning's brother. That was pretty interesting to watch, I must say. But yeah, I definitely I definitely need to choose my team more often as far as like randomly choosing goes, because let me tell you, I never really pick who I want to root for, but I probably should have this year, and I don't know why I'm sucking so much at this. This is so annoying. But yeah, I mean, Coca-Cola, you were good at first, but I mean, no, you were bad. You were bad at first. But then your second ad was great. Budweiser, you really let me down. I'm sorry, but you just did. Ah, son of a... Okay, I'm going to try this one more time, and I swear if I don't get it, I'm going to scream. Damn it. But yeah, Coca-Cola, you were good at first. No, you were bad at first, but then you improved yourself. Budweiser, you were terrible, okay? I'm sorry. Bud Light, I really enjoyed you guys. Also, Doritos. Okay, we all love Doritos commercials, don't we? I must say, the Doritos ads are pretty good. I mean, we all love the Doritos commercials. Doritos commercials are always great. So, shout out to Doritos, because they're just awesome like that. But my bottom point here, and I know this is like the nth time I've said this, but the game was pretty lame. Commercials were terrible, and I don't know what else to say other than better luck next year, Broncos. Oh man, that was classic. But seriously, leave a comment. Criticize me for hating Amy Poehler, whoever she is. Definitely leave a comment for this, though, and tell me what you thought of the Super Bowl, what your favorite and most hated ad was, because I know they were all terrible, so I'll see you later.